Hello, everybody. This is Fernando for the latest Las Vegas casino podcast. Another review for you here on a casino hotel there in Vegas. This one having to do with one that I haven't necessarily stayed at the hotel, but I've gone there plenty of times to the casino, in particular because of all the great shows that I've seen there. Probably that place has the most shows I've seen in Vegas. So by nature, I visited that casino the most number of times. And what I'm talking about here is the ultra hip Planet Hollywood, located there in the center of Las Vegas. It's supposed to be on the south side, if I'm not mistaken. But if you've ever seen like a geographic map of the locations there in Las Vegas, it looks to me like it's in the middle, like it's actually downtown, what would be the equivalent of downtown. But as crazy enough as it sounds, the true downtown Las Vegas is all the way towards the east. I mean, we're talking close to the edge of Las Vegas. I don't know why that is. It's just the way apparently people name things there in Vegas. But from all perspectives, it is right in the middle of Las Vegas. And I mentioned it being ultra hip because if the Excalibur, if the Luxor, if the Mandalay Bay, if the MGM Grand, if their whole deal is appealing to maybe some of the older crowd of gamblers, Planet Hollywood is the complete opposite. They are in there for the youngsters. They want the younger crowd in their 20s and their 30s, maybe even into their 40s, and you'll know the instant difference whenever you walk in to that casino. So where is it? Again, it's right there, what I call the downtown location. It's right across the street from some of the other hipper casinos. If you had to point somewhere, look where Caesar's Palace is at, and you're close to it. That's probably the best way to use a starting point. Huge, huge complex, gigantic place. It's its own block, if you will. I mean, it is a gigantic place to visit. Right when you walk in, you'll be able to see a bunch of casinos, a bunch of shops. It is a gigantic area consisting of dozens and dozens and dozens of retailers to pass by and browse. A really, really nice location. If you're just there to window shop, you will spend hours and never reach the end of it. Now, even getting to Planet Hollywood, you have to pass a whole bunch of locations, little mini strip malls, everything, little mini stores just to get there. I don't know if that's done on purpose. I don't know if all those stores are tied to Planet Hollywood, but the whole idea is if you're going to pass by, you're going to have to pass through a lot of shops to get there. And once you do, and you're finally inside Planet Hollywood, guess what? There's a whole bunch of other little shops to do so as well. First, let's talk about the casino itself. When you walk in, and depending on where you're walking in from, you can either walk in from the right side, which I tend to frequent because I come from the south side of Vegas. Others, they come in from the central side, and if you go in from the central side, bam, you're there. You're in the casino. It's ready to go. It's ready to use. It's very dark in there, very hip, lots of neon lights. The coloring is much more neonish too. If it's hard to describe, they have a hue, like a reddish hue theme to everything. Looks great. Looks very beautiful. I mean, it's the only place that I can think of that looks just like that. It's very hip. It's very modern. It's not a place where you walk in like to Tropicana, which is all painted white. No, no, this is far different from it. Even the carpeting, whenever you look at the carpeting, it's a mirage of different colors. It's very, very nice. As far as the number of slot machines, at least to me, I mean, the border number seems to be pretty high, but to me, it seems like there aren't that many slot machines to work with. And even then, it follows like a circular pattern, where the middle of the casino is tied to all of the poker players, all of the craps players, and they have the dealers there, and it's all towards the middle, and then hugging and outlining that area are the actual slot machines themselves, and then pop marked here and there between the casinos are a bunch of restaurants too, and that's just the first floor. Like they have, for example, Gordon Ramsay's burger location there, and then they also have, I believe I remember seeing like an all-American sports bar, one of those type of locations there too. Great stuff. I mean, if you're there to essentially gamble a little bit, while at the same time want to be within reach of different restaurants without having to go to another floor, perfect, you're there. And it's a little bit more cramped than I'm used to when it comes to the slot machines. They are central, they are very close to one another. There's not a lot of space, certainly nothing like the Mandalay Bay, which is a whole bunch of wide open spaces. No, in here the slot machines are all together. Even when you go by, for example, some of the escalators, they're there outlining the escalator itself. I haven't seen anything like that before, but they're there. So as soon as you walk down from the escalators, if you look to your right or to your left, they're actually right there next to the escalators. Pretty unique stuff. They have a good rotation of their slot machines. They're usually some of the first ones to bring in the newer slot machines, the stuff that comes out from the expos. At least when it comes to their Facebook listing, they're the ones that seem to have the first ones there. Like, for example, I believe they're one of the first ones with The Walking Dead, if I'm not mistaken, and then I believe it was Beetlejuice as another one. I have to double check, but they're absolutely some of the first ones to debut newer slot machines. I don't recall seeing many old ones. I'm talking about the old ones with the actual spinning wheels, like the physical spinning wheels, like the Lucky Sevens, anything along those lines. No, everything there tied to its theme of being hip. Everything there is video oriented. So if you're looking for some of the older machines there, you're going to have a tough time. I'm trying to think right now if I recall seeing anything as far as the older machines, and I don't. Everything seems to be 100% modern. Everything is video oriented. They use the Total Rewards program as the rewards. I have it signed up. I've used it. I've been able to get some good comp play out of it. I still haven't gotten, though, anything involving like an actual hotel stay. Well, actually, scratch that. Yes, I do. I do get offers for the hotel stay there at Planet Hollywood and its sister properties, because everything seems to be owned by Caesars Entertainment. Here's the problem, though, with the Total Rewards program. For example, if you get 2 nights free, you cannot choose the 2 nights themselves. They have them allocated within a calendar specifically for certain nights, and they are not the nicest nights to work with. They seem to be like right there smack in the middle of the weekday. So if you're like me and you usually travel to Vegas in the weekend and then use maybe like a Monday or Tuesday at most, no, you're in trouble, because most of the time those particular days that they're offering are like Wednesdays or Thursdays, and even then sometimes they'll do it like Tuesdays and Thursdays, where Wednesday it's a regular day. It's crazy. It's weird. I tried to do it one time where I could stay because I was getting offers from them, from Planet Hollywood, and when I tried to do so, it's nothing like the M Life program. One of the saving graces of the M Life program and their free hotels is that you can pick and choose any day of the week. So if I wanted a Saturday, it's there. If I wanted a Saturday, Sunday, and Monday all together in one place, it's there for me. If I wanted to add any other days beside that, and I'm paying for it, I can link those free days to those days and then pay the rest. Not so with the Total Rewards program. With the Total Rewards program, if you're wanting to use those days, you have to go by the mercy given from Total Rewards. So if they're saying, again, just Tuesdays and Thursdays, and your trip is coming back on Tuesday, guess what? You're out of luck. You cannot use that Thursday on any of the other days you were there before. So that's why I haven't been able to stay there and give any actual hotel advice. It does seem to be that their hotel is more expensive. Just looking and doing a general browse on their website, we're talking like at least $100 minimum per night. On top of that is the $29 resort fee that is common now in Vegas. So not on the cheap side, certainly not like the Excalibur or the Luxor, where you can get them down into the $29 range. Nothing like that in Planet Hollywood. I guess if you have to furnish all those hip designs, it's going to come from somewhere, and it has to come, in this case, from the actual guests themselves. Also, what's great about the location, though, is all those shows that I've seen in Vegas, the majority of them I've seen there in Planet Hollywood. And they have a whole multitude of theaters to work out of. There's the Miracle Mile shop that I talked about earlier. You walk along it, it's actually a mile of shops. It's a whole mile that forms a circle. And be ready, because you got to get good walking shoes for this. When you walk all there, you'll go to the other half, to the other side of the circle, and that's where they have stuff like the V Theater and the Sax Theater, where I've seen a whole bunch of shows. And then recently I just saw the new Murray show located there in their comedy club, which is on the second floor of the casino. So again, a great place to visit for the shows. That's one thing that I give them extra kudos on. They do not skimp out on the shows. They know that it's their only location to work this. So if they're going to do that, why not have as many shows as possible and keep people going to their location? Very smart for them to do so. I just wish, again, that they had something available in terms of better nights to select to visit, to stay at their hotel. As far as the slots and as far as how loose they are, it's iffy. I've had some really great luck there sometimes, where I've come back with a good amount of change, and other times it's been nothing. Like it's been a while playing, but it's all gone afterward. So luckily, I'm resourceful when it comes to that. I only allocate a certain number of dollars every time I visit a casino. But if they're that tight, I only feel for the other customers there who bring a lot more money in and don't have that much control, because it's got to take it out of them. I don't know how some people can spend all their money like that, but some people do, and Planet Hollywood is not the best place for that. They seem to have a little bit tighter machines. I have seen, though, some people win some good money, some good slots. They tout it as such, even on their Facebook page. Every now and then, when someone hits a little mini jackpot of sort, like a couple of grand, they'll post it there on their Facebook page, so it can happen. I just haven't been one of the lucky ones. And then as far as shops, again, a whole mile of shops to work with, lots and lots and lots of stores to see there, lots of restaurants to visit too. Every time that I've been there, I've never eaten at the same restaurant. It's always been a new experience when it comes to their restaurants. They have stuff from not necessarily fast food, but stuff where you can order like slices of pizza, burgers. I think I even saw stuff like Mexican food, Chinese food, a whole bunch of stuff there to order from. So that way, if you want to go there to gamble, to eat, to watch a show, you've got everything there. I even saw ice cream shops there, and I one time had an ice cream, pretty nice ice cream there. And it is everywhere, and all at one place there at Planet Hollywood. One thing I haven't done yet is seeing the new Britney Spears show that's located there too, only because the tickets are crazy ridiculous. They're over $100 each. I'm not going to pay that for somebody to lip sync. So others have, and it seems to be iffy on the show too. I think people say that the theater is just messed up. It's not the right place to hold a shows like her, because everybody stands up, but they don't have like the inclined seats. So if everybody's standing up and you happen to be short, guess what? You're out of luck. You can't see the show. You can definitely hear it. You just can't see it anymore. So that's another reason why I haven't gone to the show. Overall, I would recommend it to visit. It's a great place to go. The dealers, also, by the way, if you go there at night, they morph into beautiful ladies, skimpy ladies in some negligee of some sort. I think they're obviously the only ones that do this there at Planet Hollywood, obviously to attract a lot of the male population, and it works. So if you're there in the nighttime too, especially visit, and you'll see all the ladies. There's even some dancing on the tables themselves in their skimpy outfits, which is nowhere in any of the other casinos that I visited. So that's also another attraction. If you go there for the slots, iffy. You might have some luck, you might not. It's like 50-50. It's flipping a coin. That's the kind of luck that you have there. But definitely recommend them on the shows. Lots of great shows to watch. Good prices too on them, and great stuff when it comes to their food. You will not run out. I haven't done much shopping there, but if you're into that, that is your heaven. That is manna right there. You can go anywhere there and you'll see and spend lots of money without even getting close to finishing visiting those shops. So, all right, everybody, Planet Hollywood, good recommendation. Check it out when you have a chance there in Vegas, and take care.